We Are Not Your Mum. And this is Kat. We have a
Hi.
new person with us. She is the mum of 3 gorgeous children. She's a very talented artist. And she also happens to be totes gay.
Kat has been in a relationship with her girlfriend for a year now, and before that she was with a man who is the father of her children. After they broke up, she got together with Kit. Yes, they're called Kit and Kat. I mean, amazing.
Couldn't make it up.
So hello
Hi.
again,
Hi.
officially. Hello. So you have been with your girlfriend for a year
I have.
now.
Mm-hmm.
What do your kids think of her?
They absolutely love her. Yeah, they get on really, really well. She's got a great balance with the girly things with my daughter, but she also loves football, which my sons are very happy about.
Yep.
Because I suck at all things footbally and I have no knowledge, so that's all her area now.
And she likes them, I presume.
She does like them, yeah.
So did Kit know that you had kids? Was that ever an issue between the two of you?
She knew I had children, and it was never an issue, but she has told me that she did, when we first started seeing each other, have to take herself away and have a real good think about it, because, you know, it is a lot. 3 children are a lot, and she was only young, and her career means that she's away quite a lot. But she did think about it, and she was like, do you know what, it is worth it. And the more time she spent with the children, she just loved them, and now she kind of sees them like her own, really.
Was it difficult telling your kids that you had a girlfriend, and how did they take it?
I was so scared, but I think I was definitely more scared than I needed to be. Kids really adapt very easily to things, and they're really understanding, and they don't judge you. As long as you're nice, or, you know, you can have 2 heads and be green, and they would be like, oh, will you play with me? Great, I like you.
Exactly, as
It's
long as
fine.
you love them. It's,
Yeah, but I did panic, and they met Kit as a friend first. She, you know, came round and we did things for a few months, and then I just decided one night, right, bite the bullet and tell them. So I sat down with them and I told them, and there was some giggles.
What did you say? So what words did you use?
I said something along the line of, so, you know, do you like Kit? And they said, yeah. And I said, oh, good, because Mummy really likes Kit. I think it sounded better when I first said it. And then I just said that, actually, I loved Kit, and Kit is my girlfriend. And then they said something like, oh, does that mean you're gay? And I was like, yeah, I am gay. And they're like, gay? Which I'm totally okay with, because we can still giggle at things like that. And then that was it, really. About half an hour later, they were like, okay, I'm kind of bored now. Can we,
Yes, let's
go
move
play?
on.
Are you done?
So what about the reaction from other people, like your friends, your family, and your kids' friends, school? All that business.
It's all been really positive, actually. Who did I come out to first? It was a really long process. I like to long it out over about 6 months, I think. I think I told my friends first. We went for dinner, and I'd psyched myself up for it, and I sat down with them. I said, oh, I've got something to tell you. I'm gay. And they just turned around and went, yeah, we know. But they were absolutely fine about it. My family were great. My grandma, she was awesome, even though she was quite brought up in a different era. She's very, very cool. My dad was probably the hardest person to tell, because I knew his views. Not that he's homophobic or anything. He just was brought up in the age where men were with women. He was okay. We went for a curry, and I just told him, and he went a bit quiet. And then after that, he was okay. You know, it's been a long time now, and he just sees that I'm happy.
Yeah.
All he wants me to be is happy, and the kids to be happy, and we are. So that's all he cares about.
He likes Kit.
He loves Kit. Yeah, he prefers Kit to me.
So would you say that you're bisexual?
No, I wouldn't. I thought I was bisexual for quite a long time. Ish. I say bisexual-ish. I never, for a long time, thought I could have a relationship with a woman. I could think they were pretty, but I didn't imagine going out with one. And now I can't ever imagine not. It just works, and it just feels like how it should feel. No,
Do you
not
think
bisexual.
there's any element of denial in that, or was it just a process?
Yeah,
that you had to
maybe.
go through?
Now I kind of look back on it, I don't know how anyone can be as gay as I feel right now and not have had any inkling back then. So yeah, I think so. And there was a lot of denial when I first started realising fully I was gay.
Yeah.
So how old were you, do you think, when you thought, right, yeah, this is it, I'm gay?
Do you know, not until about 2 years ago, so about 23, 24. And I really started to think to myself, oh God, I think I am gay. And I almost tried to cure myself for a while, so I wouldn't watch certain programmes because I just thought if I get all that gayness away from me, it I'll be fine. It doesn't work like that.
What kind of programmes did you not watch? Like
So
Orange is the New Black. I was going to say, that's got to be...
Oh God,
anything with Ruby Rose, anywhere near it, don't go near that.
No. But yeah, no, it didn't work at all. I beat myself up, then I'd come around to it a bit more, and then I just let myself go through the whole process and give myself as much time as I needed. I mean, it took 2 years, but
it's an important thing, isn't it? You've got to be sure.
I had to be sure, yeah, definitely, because there was a lot at stake.
Yeah.
You know, I was married to a man. We had 3 children. We had our life together, a house together, and you've got to be sure in a situation like that.
So you're obviously split up from your husband. Was that because you discovered or realised that you were gay, or was there something else going on?
And I think the majority was because I was gay and I knew I was gay. So there was issues there, definitely. We weren't getting on. We got to the point where we didn't particularly like each other anymore, and he wasn't happy at all either. But I think, again, a lot of that does stem from being gay. If you're living a lie and you've got all this going on in your head, because actually you don't want to hurt someone. That wasn't the best thing I wanted to do. But you kind of are going to hurt someone either way if you're in that situation. It's inevitable. But now he's happier, and he's met someone else, and it was the right thing to do. It just, things like that aren't always easy.
Your kids obviously still see him, and it's all fine.
They do the every other weekend thing, and I think actually they quite like to see that we're friends now. He will come and pick them up, and he'll come in, he'll ring me up and say put the kettle on, and we get on so much better now than when we were together.
Yeah.
So what about when you were a lot younger, like the age of our viewers? So 12, 13, 14, 15. Sort of, can you take us through the kind of
emotions,
the process of of your sexuality and how you thought about yourself?
Yeah, so when I first started being interested in, it was boys. I think because back then, even just that long ago, it was boys. If you were a girl, more so. It wasn't kind of like, what girls and boys do you like? It was just kind of, everyone's getting a boyfriend. And I didn't actually think any deeper about it. It didn't even cross my mind then at all. And then I got to about 14, 15, and I did have like girl crushes, and I had a couple of kisses with girls, and then it was never any more than that, really.
Yeah.
I was 16 and I met my husband, and we got together. Then I was pregnant.
Yeah.
I like to do things by halves.
With twins.
With twins.
Yeah.
At 17. And again, for a long time I didn't even think about it. I could see a girl on TV and think, oh, she's pretty. But it was never any more than that. It wasn't something that was like eating me up or consuming me. And it went on like that for ages. We got married, had another child, and just lived a very normal little life. And then, got to about 22, and I was like, something's not quite right here. And it's actually quite crazy how you can be sure that you feel a certain way, and all of a sudden it's like something smacks you in your face, and you're like, oh God. So then you have to mull that over for a while and work out what that actually is, because sometimes it might not be that. You could meet a girl or a boy if you're a boy and have feelings there or have a crush there, but it doesn't mean you're gay.
We've talked before in videos about how sort of sexuality is this kind of spectrum.
Definitely.
So it's rare to be 100% straight or 100%
Yeah,
gay.
definitely.
So what advice would you give to kids who maybe think that they're gay or are just confused generally about their sexuality?
I would say don't pressure yourself into coming to a conclusion straight away. It's okay to not be sure for ages, to even flip back and forth for a while, because it is confusing.
Yeah.
It is difficult to work out. Find someone that you can talk to and you can trust, because that's really helpful, being able to speak to someone. Even if you haven't got anything to tell them straight away, they can just help you go through it. Yeah, definitely, just don't pressure yourself. You don't have to come to an answer straight away.
Yeah.
Some people just know, and some people really don't for a long time.
Like you said, to get new, She's always
Kit always knew. There was never any question. Actually, I think she had a little phase where she did date a couple of guys, and she was like, "Oh, this is just gross." Not for me at all. But I think so. Even if you kind of know you're gay, you know, even she kind of thought to herself, "Oh, you know, am I?"
Yeah.
You can still question it, even if you really think you know. It is complicated, and it can be really scary. But coming out or speaking to someone is never as bad as you think it's going to be.
Like you say, like when you told your friends, they already knew. So actually, if you do confide in someone, it might be that they kind of go, "Yeah, I've always thought that anyway." So you kind of get that reassurance from them that you're not. It's not just all in your head.
Yeah, definitely. People are there for you, and people are way more understanding than you think they are. Yeah, it can take ages. Yeah, there's plenty of time. It's going to be fine.
So what about the future then? You're going to get married?
I would love to get married again. Don't panic if you're watching this, Kit. No pressure. The future could hold anything right now. Nothing's ruled out. It's a whole new life for me now, really.
So that is it for our special 3 people who are not your mum.
Yeah.
Not your gay mum. Thank you very much to Kat.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having
you.
me.
And thank you for watching, and we have lots of video, well not lots, but we have some videos about sexuality and gayness, want a better word?
Yep.
Great word.
Homophobia, yeah. So do check them out, and thanks for watching.
Bye.